Imagine waking up, opening the window, and seeing a sky that isn't blue. No sound of wind in the trees, no birds singing, no ocean, and no waves. Just an infinite red horizon. Mars has always fascinated humanity. For thousands of years, it was just a bright point in the night sky. Today, it is the most likely destination for our species beyond Earth. But the real question is not how to get there. It is, what would it be like to live there? The first shock would be the silence. Mars has an extremely thin atmosphere, about 1% the density of Earth's. That means sound barely travels. If you were outside without protection, you wouldn't properly hear the wind. You wouldn't hear footsteps, maybe not even your own voice. And of course, you would die within minutes. The pressure is so low that your blood would slowly begin to boil without a spacesuit. All human life on Mars would happen inside sealed habitats. Cities, but sealed. Like enormous space stations anchored to the ground. The second challenge would be gravity. Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity. A simple jump could launch you several meters into the air. Carrying objects would be easy. At first, it might seem fun, but over time, bones weaken, muscles shrink, the heart adapts. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station already show these effects after months. On Mars, living would mean mandatory daily exercise just to stay healthy. Then comes the cold. The average Martian temperature is about -60 degrees Celsius. In winter, it can drop below -120 degrees Celsius. Liquid water practically does not exist on the surface. Every drop would need to be recycled. Sweat, breath, even urine. Nothing could be wasted. On Mars, every resource would be precious. But perhaps the greatest challenge would not be physical. It would be psychological. Imagine knowing that a message sent to Earth takes up to 20 minutes to arrive, and another 20 minutes to receive a reply. No real-time calls. No immediate help. You would be truly distant from humanity. The first colonists would live knowing they might never return home. Mars would not just be a journey, it would be a farewell. Still, there is something powerful about this idea. For the first time in history, humans would watch the sunrise on another planet. They would grow plants in alien soil. They would build cities where no known life has ever existed. Every step would be history. Every breath an experiment. Over time, children might be born on Mars. A new generation. Martian humans. People who might never feel the full gravity of Earth. Never see real oceans. Never walk under rain. For them, Mars would be home, and Earth, just the ancestral planet. Perhaps in the future, we would look at Earth's night sky and know that on that small red point, someone is also looking back. Living on Mars would not be easy. It would not be comfortable, and it definitely would not be safe. But it would represent something greater. The moment when humanity stopped being a species of a single planet and became a species of the universe. It would mark the beginning of a new era. Just as our ancestors once crossed oceans without knowing what they would find, as civilizations crossed deserts, climbed mountains, and sailed into the unknown, we would cross space. not out of immediate necessity, but out of instinct. The instinct to explore, to survive, to continue. Mars would be our ultimate test. Every failure would teach something. Every mistake would be costly. We would learn to produce our own air, our own food, our own energy. We would create artificial ecosystems, small worlds within another world. And little by little, the impossible would become routine. Perhaps one day, illuminated cities will cut across the red horizon, transparent domes revealing a different sky, underground trains crossing the planet, plants growing under artificial light. Perhaps there will be Martian culture, Martian art, Martian music, Martian stories. A culture born millions of kilometers from Earth. And then, on some silent night, a Martian child might ask, "How was the sky on Earth?" And someone would answer, "It was blue." Perhaps that is the true meaning of living on Mars. Not just surviving, but carrying with us everything that makes us human. Our curiosity, our courage, our ability to dream. Because in the end, exploring Mars is not just about conquering another planet. It is about discovering how far humanity can go, and proving that even in the vast emptiness of space, we continue moving forward.